What's up, Motoheads? This is episode 187. This episode is brought to you by Mika Metals. Go to mikametals.com, use the code MAINEVENTMOTO, and get 25% off. Support the sponsors that support us. Let's do 187.
You are listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
I'm so excited for this show. You know why?
Why?
You know why. I don't even want to waste one more second trying to hype this up because I'm just too fired up. Hobo Nick is back in the Batcave. It's a three best friends that anybody could have. What's up, Nick?
Final stop, our residency comes to an end.
Oh my God, what's going on here? Is this a replay video? What do you got on here, Joe?
Yeah, this is just
a highlight recap deal.
What a start.
That's the 450 main.
Look at that move.
Last night.
Sneaking back inside on bar shit like that.
Hey, did you like the purple on the red, Nick?
Dude,
gear?
Roczen's last 2 weeks gear has been sick.
What about
I like
AC though? The AC was getting a little hate there last night. He looked like a highlighter and like a cow. Like a cow highlighter.
Not digging the pants.
But you like Roczen's?
Yeah, love Roczen's combos.
That's
really,
what I heard.
Really clean.
Last night, everyone was fired
Look at that,
up.
dude. He looks like a piece of candy.
He does. Like what kind
Like
though?
a really sexy, sweet gummy bear or something like that.
Oh, a sexy, sweet gummy bear. Joe, write that down. Nick's on fire right out of the gate. Show title. Nick, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm playing a lot of video games, boys.
You've been killing people, huh?
Oh, dude. That's just, there's nothing else to do in life right now. So, I
just duty.
Took up gaming and gave up health. And it's going great, dude. It's awesome.
How is your health? You okay? You look fine. You look
Well,
good.
in order to get all my gaming sessions in, I had to unfortunately cut out some stuff in life, and that was, gym, any exercise whatsoever.
Eating correctly.
Putting any effort whatsoever into eating healthy. So, a lot of DoorDash and a lot of video games, and it's awesome.
Joe,
dude.
that's a fair trade-off, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, health for games.
I mean, I got some lesions, but, it's all good. Part of aging.
How's Vincent right now on the old duty? He's obsessed too.
Bro,
He couldn't be more all in.
I don't know if I should be breaking this or not, but
I hear what you got going. I know what you got.
Your bro got banned again.
Yeah, I know he did. Joe, he got banned for a second time.
Yeah, he just got back.
He just got back. What's the
and then
deal?
he got
Is
banned again.
it the mouthiness after the kill? Because
I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I gotta have a little talk with old Vincey Poo.
Hey, and he says you guys are up to some stuff too. You guys are in the tournament creation mode or something. I don't know what.
Yeah,
Explain.
we'll see. No expectations, but I got a little tournament, Warzone tournament group going.
He says it's
on
building.
Discord, and
Says it's building.
every week we're getting new members and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I got a buddy who's in finance who built me some solid handicap spreadsheets
Nice.
for scoring. And anyways, so it's pretty cool. So anyone who plays Warzone, hit the Discord link in bio on Instagram. Hit us up.
Yeah, how do you
Play.
find it? Because Vincent's all fired up too. Well, maybe not now because he's out, but in the Shane McElrath, he's playing with you guys a
Yeah,
bunch?
Shane, Jordan Smith's been getting in there. AP's been getting in there.
Vincent said AP's not so great.
He's all right. He's average.
He said Shane's pretty good.
They're all. I think Jordan Smith's probably the best out of them all.
Really?
Yeah. And then I may or may not have had Jason Anderson in the tourney Friday. Can't confirm nor deny that.
On Friday
before a race. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But anyways, come play with some factory guys and show us your skills, boys.
How do you find it again? This is a full blown promotion, Joe.
That's the only reason I'm here. Really, truly.
Joe, I wondered why he agreed to come in. He hasn't watched one race, but let's call duty.
No, go to my
man.
Instagram, link in bio. Eventually, I'm going to try to, maybe make some money off of this just for my time. I'm putting a lot of time into organizing and coordinating, but
Vincent said it's sick, and Triple J,
It's
I was with
pretty
him
sick,
this
yeah.
weekend. He said it's sick. He said you guys are building it.
Every week it's growing and it's competitive. We got some pretty solid teams, and the scoring's all handicapped. So even if you suck, you'll have a chance to win if you play better than you normally play.
That's rad.
Right.
So like a golf, like a
Kinda like
golf
a golf
handicap.
thing, yeah.
You could be a scratch golfer or a 20 handicap and still have a good time with each other because you're playing against your handicaps, right?
Yeah. If you have a good day for you, you're rewarded appropriately.
Sick.
So, anyways, but yeah, that's
All
pretty
right.
much what I've been up to, and then just tinkering around the house, new projects, and watching some old Soupy, dude.
Dude, hold
round
on.
last
Before we
night.
move on to Soupy, your man cave.
Yeah,
You did very well, dude.
Oh, dude.
And I haven't even seen it in person, but I've seen all the vids. Dude, you took
upgrading
your
every
time
week.
and made that thing happen, huh?
And what's funny is on the drive here, of course, I pulled over to use my phone to do this.
What do you got in your eye? What do you got in your eye?
I ordered a like a Star Galaxy projector machine. So it basically on the roof is going to be like stars and planets.
Same Nick
and like
that I
all kinds of
met
cool
on
stuff.
day one, dude. Except for a little better place than the old cottage, but
I'm a huge fan of lighting. Like I feel like that should have been my calling in life. I love mixing lights and
Really?
the ambiance it creates and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's like my thing is always adding new different lights and balancing it out and stuff. That's pretty solid.
what do you think of the new Batcave?
I love it, dude. More
It's
space.
good, huh?
It's just like
It's got a bathroom
clean.
in it.
Is that?
got-
I was
it's a
going to ask.
bathroom.
Is that an actual bathroom?
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's solid.
This place, dude, Joe ain't playing.
Yeah, this is
Ain't playing.
a huge upgrade.
Look at
and then
look at the flag too, how he has it. It's different. It's better.
Yeah, it's better. It's just
Looks cooler from my
everything's
point of
in the
view.
right place, and I love the pool. Those summer months where the Batcave can heat up. I don't know if the new Batcave is going to get as hot as the old Batcave, but dude, I am literally showing up in flip flops and a Speedo, and that's it.
All right. Just like Jack Black. Do you follow Jack Black on Instagram?
I don't, but I love
Oh,
big
it-
Jack Black fan.
Follow him. He is going off. He's doing some kind of like his own just funny videos that are like 1 minute long,
He's
and
the
they're
man.
hilarious. Like I actually have gone through and spent hours going through all of his videos. He's killing it.
Oh, I can't wait to get caught up on that. He's, in my opinion, he kind of was like he was an underperformed actor.
Underrated a little bit.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Underutilized?
maybe underutilized.
There we
Yes,
go.
they never really found his like fit, his roles for
Right.
like. I feel like if they could have, captured his greatness and then made movies where he was the right fit for who he was, oh, it could have been great. My favorite performance is Orange County,
Oh yeah.
where he's just like the goof
Look at me,
off
I'm
druggy
kick-ass.
brother. Oh, dude, yeah, I didn't go to college. Look at me, I'm kick ass.
Hey, I'm telling you, the
Do I
new,
have to
the
turn
new
on the
Jumanji.
computer?
I know this is silly because it's like a kids-ish PG-13 movie, but the Jumanji movies are good, and he is good. in
Daniel,
them.
I'm sorry, dude, but
What?
your movie recommendations
all right.
are sometimes hot garbage.
All right.
Joe's are pretty solid though.
Yeah, because Joe is like he's like a seasoned man. He's been through. He's seen some good stuff. Had
He's
time to
picky,
evaluate.
too. He's very picky, and so and he has high standards. So when he recommends a movie, I know it's good.
Yeah,
And I'll get the girlfriend even. I'll be like, hey, Joe gave me a recommendation. Let's watch a movie Friday.
So when
She'll
I
be like, all right, I'm in.
so when I recommend it though,
It's porn.
not that again. All right, you want to talk about some dirt bikes? Because Nick, I have so many questions for you. I don't know your opinions on so many things, and we've had 6 races now, and there's a lot of things to have an
Well,
opinion
listen,
on.
man,
So
I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not the fan I used to be. I will say that up front. I'm not going to try to pretend. But like, dude, I used to spend hours combing through the forums and just on top of every nook and cranny. You were working in the sport, and sometimes I'd tell you stuff you didn't even know.
yeah,
Yet.
you had your own R&D department in your head.
Yeah. So, but I had to give that up for video games as well. So now we're more of the casual fan.
Even better. That's
Yeah.
good. I want to hear your take on so many things. We'll get into it. Fly Racing, Mika Metals, motorsport.com. Thank you guys. Scott USA, No Toil, Guts Racing, Andy Gregg, we love you. EMT Racing, Blenzall, All American Chevy of Colleen, Ole Me Creations. Joe, graphics are going to be, we're getting a mock graphic from Ole Me Creations here probably by the next show. And then, of course, DRS Suspension with Race Tech. Thank you guys so much. Where do we start, Joe, with Nick here? I want to pick his brain, but I don't know where to start picking.
We could start at the beginning, or we could start at the end and work our way backwards.
Do you want to, should we, yeah, those are 2 good options. I don't know which one you want to do. Nick, where do you want to begin? What do you want to talk about after 6 races? What's on your mind?
I think we got to dig right into Freezy, dude.
Do we do it? Because
We got to go right into it.
All right, so we're going to have to double down then because listener questions may have been themed today, Joe.
Well, we're doubling down.
Okay, because did you watch Vincent's Instagram story last night?
I watch him every week. I love him.
It was his best work, I thought, last night.
Dude.
He was a little buzzed, though, off the white wine, and he saw it coming. He knew it was coming. He just didn't know it was going to get three of them. He got Chisholm too.
And big names too.
Oh, he took out.
Usually he's taking out like, privateer guys and stuff and they get pissed. But, dude, he's going next level.
He is. He's Joe. He's going to the top.
Yeah, it was his most epic performance.
It was his most epic night. So I mean,
well, here's my question.
Yeah.
Did he cross jump? I
don't-
couldn't tell,
see,
dude. I
here's
never
the
got a
thing.
clear angle.
It looked like it to me.
I think he did.
But was that the line though? Was
For
it
him,
Barsha's
maybe?
fault thinking Freezy was gonna? I mean, he rides wide.
Look, I feel like if you become victim to this, you've got to take a little bit of the blame because you know who it is. Like,
I agree. I think Barsha.
you got to know.
It's Freezy, dude, and it's already kind of a tight move to try to hit the very outside there. Plus, you add Freezy. I mean, you should have been a little quicker on your feet. I think you just slipped up a
It
little
was
bit.
perfect.
It was a
that was
perfect
the worst
storm of
corner.
bad stuff.
It was everybody was right where they needed to be to make that happen.
Okay, but if you're Barsha, you know it's not Benny Bloss in front of you because he's 6'7". You know it's not Tickle because you could tell by the way Tickle rides. You know it's Vince, right? You got to know. Is
Barsha pissed? Was he?
I don't
pissed?
know. He laid there forever, and I saw some of their team guys stay in the airport, and I'm like, is he okay? And they're like, I think so. Like they weren't reassuring that he's fine. I don't know. He might still be banged up, so he might not even be pissed yet.
The greatest thing about this is that if it was not blatant, I'm not sure if he cross jumped or not. Someone I'm sure will know. But if it was not blatant, it's even better.
It wasn't blatant
because now
it's
well,
a
I know
gift.
it wasn't blatant,
Gift.
but like he tends to cross jump a lot, like a little bit recklessly. So if he was cross jumping recklessly, then dude, come on, Vince Freeze, you got to get your shit together. Like that's just you can't do that when you're racing.
Right.
But if that was clean, like all the way clean,
like that was just him riding,
it's even better because now he's just happened to fall into these situations where he's taking out the lead guys.
Like he used to cross jump me.
If he can figure this out,
and now he's moved on to bigger prey.
If he can figure out how to take people out and not be dirty, he's the king of the world.
He's the king.
He's won.
I don't.
He's going to be the biggest star in the sport.
Well, he's the biggest star today.
He is today.
Today
for sure.
he is the biggest star. There are, from what I even heard, this is what I heard this morning through my look. When you fly out on a Sunday morning, there are Supercross people at the airport. A lot of it. It's almost like a hangout. Like everyone's there together. Everyone's in line to get coffee. So you say, what's up? What's up? From what I heard this morning, there may or may not have been multiple team managers that have approached the AMA looking for some kind of solution to this.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. I was like, really? Like, I know you're all mad, but went to the AMA and I heard, 2 team managers went to the AMA and said, we need to figure out what to do about this because it's happening.
You know who Vince Freeze is?
Race now, and I feel bad because I don't hate him anymore. So I'm like conflicted, but I feel their pain. I went through it, Nick. You were there. You saw what he did to me for an entire year.
I saw a lot of Vince Freeze. I'm amazed that it's still going, and it's stronger than ever.
It's
now.
12 years later.
He's the best he's ever been, right? Because he has the most experience he's ever had, and he's still pulling this shit. and if it's not even like his fault now. He's the Queen's Gambit lady. Like he's timing it perfect. All right, I'm going to wait for Barsha right at this moment, and then I'm going to hit that. So I'm going to take him out, and it's not even dirty. Dude, he's a magician.
Okay, you know how Dino kind of went a little NFG and was like, I'm not moving. You remember how he said, I didn't see. He saw the flat. He knew that there was something coming, right?
Yeah.
But he went a little NFG. He was like, I'm just going to, whatever. Vince is like NFG times 10 for 12 years.
Vince hates anybody passing him, even if he's getting lapped. He hates it. If a bike goes by him, something in his mind he can't take it.
So he refuses,
hates it.
right? He
So he
refuses.
says naturally in his mind, anyone behind me, them. I don't care if they're lappers. I don't care who they are.
It has to speak to his competitiveness, I guess. So you have to respect that.
See, that's the thing. I do in a way a little, right? I still do. I kind of respect the fact that he is like not going to move.
I've full circle. I love Vince Freeze. I used to hate him. I love the guy now. Every week
for
it's entertainment. It's WWE, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the Hulk.
He's. I would. Okay, so I really don't think it was done on purpose because I don't know how. I mean, if he did, I don't even know how he could be that good. Like, it wouldn't even make sense.
No,
to do
it's
it on
just
purpose.
coincidence. But I love it. It's the gift that keeps giving, and I just like. Can this happen again next weekend? Is it something going to happen again next
I mean,
weekend?
it's got to be in our pick'em, right? We got to do pick'em.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, in the commercial break, I got to add up the points from the last one. Hey, Nick, do you find it? I did on our pick'em. I said, will the leaders of the 250 lap to top 10? And we all kind of said yes, and that was a little too easy, right? I made it too easy.
I was going to say no, but everyone said yes, and I haven't been keeping that close a tab.
Bro, they got
series.
to 5th. They got to 5th.
And so I was like, okay, I guess that's what's happening. I haven't even noticed it.
Okay, so pick'em right now, Joe. Is it official for the next one? Does Vince take somebody out? Other than himself, or is it himself, or just some? It's got to be someone else, right?
What parameters we work with? Practice
at all?
Everything? Just night show?
It's a big day. It's a long day.
Okay, so it just has to be a notable takeout.
Notable. It happened, and I'm there. I'm watching. I see the things that aren't on screen, so I'll know if it happens. But yeah, he's got to take someone out. Someone else has got to go down for any reason.
Practice too. That's a lot of riding time. I'm gonna have to go yes, dude.
Okay, well we'll get to that when we get to it.
But you're gonna have to keep a close eye on him.
I will. I mean, I think we all are. I think
everybody will be.
including the AMA.
The AMA needs to get a freezy camera.
Yeah.
They should, right? I mean, and they could sell it to a sponsor, right?
Yeah.
They have the GoPro segment. He should have his own thing. Sell the sponsor. I'll throw Eagle Grip money in hard right now. It would be. I mean, it would be the best return on investment ever, right?
Right
the
now,
Vince Freecy Cam.
Oh yeah, you got an audience
presented by Eagle Grit. All right. Well, all right. Let's talk about something less violent for a little bit. Is Kenny for real? Is it? I mean, he's won 3 straight, so asking that question is almost dumb. But Nick, is he turned the page?
I don't know, man. I feel like Webb's about to break out.
He's got to be getting mad, right? Cooper gets mad when things aren't going his way.
Well, it's about that time in the season where he starts to really feel the flow. Mm-hmm. So I think that's coming.
And this race, he did, right? He was fast. He was fast in qualifying.
He needed
and then
another
caught him.
lap or two.
One more lap might have got it done. But yeah, Kenny's just, I don't know, man.
Kenny's solid, dude.
The bike, the mind. He's talking about how he's got a mental coach, which I don't know if, did you listen to Pulp last week, or do you not have time for that anymore with gaming? Okay, so I was on and Kenny was on. I asked him, I said, dude, I'm noticing through some of the things you're saying, like, you're definitely into some psychology right now, whatever. And he kind of was like, yeah, I got a guy. I don't really want to talk about who it is, though. And I'm like, who the hell is he talking about?
Vince Freezy.
Oh, my. Joe, is that it?
Conspiracy now.
The most ironic turn of all ironic turns.
Vince is his mental coach. Vince, maybe that's why he held Webb off. He said, you don't move. You don't move.
I mean, if you want to learn how to ride a wide bike, that's your guy.
Yeah, Webb. How many times has Webb passed him on the last lap and got the win?
Dude, even on that last turn, I thought, he still has a chance.
He might hit him.
Like,
who's going to go to avoid that from now on?
If you are having a problem holding people off, who do you go? Who do you turn to?
There's only one man
king,
on the planet.
The master himself.
We figured it out. So Kenny has hired Vince. And not only did he hire Vince to help him mentally, but Barsha hits Kenny early main event. Some kind of signal went on. Vince said, I got it. I'll get him. Is that what is that? So we were wrong the whole time. It was actually a payback for Barsha's aggressive attempt at Kenny early in the race.
Vince Frecy is Ken Roczen's mental coach.
We got it. There it is, Joe. We figured it out. Nice try, Kenny.
Yeah.
Nice try being all sneaky. Took Nick coming in for 10 minutes to figure it out. But he does look pretty good, right? Like this, it's the best I've seen him, man.
He looks good. Bold hot take.
Uh-oh.
If you restart the series right now and go back to zeros, I think Webb wins the series from here on out. I think there's going to be a little shift, but I think Roczen's got just enough to hold on.
16 points. So you're saying that if Roczen somehow wins this thing over Webb, it'll be less than 16. Webb's going to tighten her up.
I think Webb is going to tighten it up.
What about Eli? Does he seem... What does he seem to you? I don't even know what he seems to me. It's like he's good, but he's not great.
I think he's done, dude.
Think he's over it?
Yeah. I think it's a good thing he won his title last year because I think that window's closed.
Okay, and it's funny because Joe, the preview show that came out, before the season, it's like this, you hear from the riders talking, and then they used a clip from that at Houston 1. It was I followed his report, like he had a little video kind of thing, and I swear to you, his trying to convince the audience that he did want to win another one came across very almost like he was trying to convince himself a little bit. And I know that sounds weird, but everyone go back if you want. Go back to Houston 1. It was the opener of the show. My first report was on a soundbite from Eli. And I swear to you, it sounded like he was trying to convince himself that he wanted to win another one. And I remember that night going, that's weird. And now that we've seen 6 races, and yeah, he's had, he had this issue, this race, whatever, but he has not looked like the same guy from the last 4 years where he has been just slapping everybody around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so what do you think it is? He just got what he wanted, and he'll put out what he needs to, or something.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe that fire has died down. I mean, he probably lived off of the, most wins ever without having a championship chip on his shoulder for a little bit. And oh my god,
we're watching the replay. Look at Tomac, dude. Vincent's
look at Freezy later.
Yeah,
see you guys.
He looked behind him. Sucks to be you, nerd.
Nerd. Vincent could not have called that part of the race any better on his Instagram. I was laying in bed last night, Joe, at like 1 a.m, couldn't go to sleep, made the poor decision to go on Instagram and watch Vincent's story, and I had to watch that part over and over. It was the best 10 seconds of any coverage I've ever heard was Vincent calling that situation. And yeah,
classic.
It was. But back to Eli. Joe, are you... or is he just being smart and getting into this thing, and he's about to turn it up too? Because I've been saying it on Race Day Live for like 2 races. I think he's just kind of easing his way into this thing. He's just being smart, but it's that top end speed, that crazy Eli speed. I haven't really seen it at all. So I'm just wondering if he's warming up or if he just is cool being where he's at. And hey, if he gets it, cool. But if not, cool. Like, I can't figure it out, but the edge is a little gone.
He just has those races, man. Every 3rd or 4th race, he has some weird flop.
Something, right?
Yeah, and it's not like now if he races well, he wins. That's not happening anymore. It used to be like, Tomac makes a stupid mistake,
he'll lose.
He's going to lose. But now it's like, he has to get everything right. He has to get the start right.
Wow.
And he has to be riding well.
That's true. So think about those years where it was like, if he's on, he wins.
Well, yeah, think about it 2 years ago, last year.
Now, if he's on, well, podium.
He's got to get a
podium, but
he can't start 5th or 6th anymore. He's literally got to be top 2 or 3.
And he's falling out front a little bit, washing out. He did that twice, right? A heat race and a main. He was out front. And he felt like it's been very we're 6th in. He has 1 win. That's not his normal. That's not his normal percentage.
No, yeah, I think his championship days are over. I'm going to say. I mean, think about this, dude.
He's 20-something.
Is he going to get it this year? Probably not. Next
year,
does
he come back next year and want it?
No, dude. How many guys are getting better right now? Roczen's settled in. Obviously, he's kind of a seasoned vet, but I think Webb is still maybe not in his prime in the 450s yet. Maybe
he's still got time.
Next 2 years,
he's still
next
fine.
3 years. You got a lot of fire coming up from underneath, and I think Eli. I just don't see it. I just don't see it anymore.
Let me throw this out there because I'm pretty sure that this is the last year of his deal. I might be wrong on that, and trust me, I will be corrected in 5 seconds. But I've heard rumblings in the last couple of years that maybe he was kind of like looking at the exit, the off ramp.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just saying, like, I would guess that whenever the contract is done, he's done. Like, I don't think he's going to re-sign anything else, does he?
So you think if his last year is this year, which we don't know for sure?
I think he's done, and I think if it's next year, then he's done. And I also think that if Kenny wins the title, I wouldn't be surprised if he's done. I think he wants to check that off the box and be over it. I really think that. I think both of them. This is just a wild take, Joe. Write it down so we can make fun of me, or I can puff my chest out. But I would say 2023, I don't think Roczen or Tomac are in there. I don't think they're in there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think both of them.
Crazy. Okay, let's think about this then. If you remove Tomac and Roczen from the 450 class, let's just be hypothetical.
Like right now?
Next year.
Next year.
Next year, but everyone's about where they're at right now. Now, what are you going to the season looking at? Webb's the favorite?
By far, without even a question.
And then who else is a contender? Mooskin? I mean,
no.
He's older.
Yeah, I think his day. I think this is his last year.
I think this is his last year to be competitive.
Yeah. Well, he's barely competitive. I mean, he got a third, so it's stupid to say on the day after he got a third, but he hasn't been himself,
competitive
right?
for a championship.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's not. He's 40 or 50 points down after 6 races.
40 or 50 years old, and I just don't see. I just don't know who next year is going to be the contenders if that does happen. If
AC's got to figure some stuff out. But I heard he's. See, AC is one of those guys that won't tell you that he's got a problem with like his arm or something, and he'll just, I got to be better. He's just a positive person, but I think he's got some stuff going on.
He'll win some races, no doubt. If we were going into next year, I would say AC's going to win some races, but I still just don't trust him to put the championship together quite yet.
No. Sexton's coming back, and Sexton,
same thing, dude. I mean,
is he AC 2.0 to you right now? Just fast, but
I just think he's 2-3 years out from being a title contender. He needs a serious contender.
Yeah, he needs to develop into the class a little bit.
Yeah, he'll get there, I think.
So, okay, if we're playing this game, we always talk about that generation that moves out and the new one comes in. So the Ferrandis, Sexton, AC, that group will be taking over the Tomac, Roczen, Musquin era that we're kind of seeing the final stages of, right? The last couple of years of.
Yep.
So, that's where the sport goes. And then you look at the 250 class and those guys coming out. I mean, I had Colt Nichols today on my flight and got a chance to talk to him for a long time. And he says he's signed for another year on Star. And he's like, I want to win the title. I'd love to back it up. And then he wants to go 450. So he'll be another one that gets in that 450 class soon. So.
Sure. Yeah,
they come in. They come in waves,
They do, yeah. And you know who I like out of the group you mentioned, Chase and those guys? I like Ferrandis.
He looks
I think
way better than
Ferrandis
I
can
thought.
clean it up in the next 2 years.
And be legit.
And be the guy.
He's pretty dang good, man.
He's good. He's kind of got
racer.
that. He's kind of got the X factor, man. He can just level up sometimes and just go.
And you're seeing right now, it's not every night, but when he's in the spot, he's one of them.
Yeah,
he's
got that spark. But same thing, like with Chase and whatnot. He's got to clean it up. It took him a lot longer to clean that up in the lights and get it done than I thought it would.
Remember the first year,
and it was still a shaky championship.
Yeah, remember the first year he was wild, dude. He was really wild, and then it got better. But then the year he beat AC, he got it together late and pulled together. But he was a little loose in the beginning. And,
how old is he?
25.
Okay, so in my opinion, if he had another couple years in the lights.
Or if he would have came here earlier a little bit.
Yeah,
he came here
just more experience.
21.
I think he could have been dominant in the lights.
Right.
I think he kind of pieced that championship together before he really all the way settled into who he really could be. Mm-hmm. But I think you give him 2-3 years in the big boy class, and he's got something.
Yeah, he does for sure. What do you think of Barsha this year? I know this is like the post round 6 coverage, but since it's Nick, dude, I want to cover everything more from a broad
right
scope.
As we see Barsha clip Kenny.
What'd you think of that
Almost
when he went in
T-boned
there and gave him a little elbow?
I laughed. I was pumped.
See, I love all that stuff too. People get so mad. They're like, I think it's cool when they do that stuff, right?
Yeah, you gotta have some different
flavor, man.
Yeah, you gotta have some flavor in the class, dude. Who wants to watch a race where everybody is just
clean and nice,
clean and normal all the time?
Yeah, I'm with you. So everyone's like, Barsha, like, what? Why would he? I'm like, why would he? Who cares why he does it? Don't convince him to not do that stuff. That's cool.
If I'm watching NFL, I want to see once in a while some guy smash some dude's face with his cleat and get fined and suspended. Like once in a while, it's
like
good.
Sue?
Sprinkle it in there. Yeah,
like once every 4 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Before we move on to whatever I'm going to ask next. Who's winning the Super Bowl today?
I want the Bucks, but I got the Chiefs by like.
Why do you want
almost
the Bucks?
20.
You want Brady to?
No. Here's why. We're all getting older, obviously, and our bodies are starting to feel it. But you guys, but I'm definitely starting to feel it. Especially now that I'm not working out at all. And
since you gave up your health.
And I love that Brady is kind of fighting against Father Time right now.
Oh, he is battling.
He's starting to. He's setting a new precedent almost for like what you can do as a 43-year-old elite athlete.
Yeah, at the age of 43, you can actually do this,
dude. He's staring in the face of 350-pound monsters who are 23, 24 years old,
wanting to rip his head off,
drooling out of their mouth and foaming, dude, and trying to come after and rip his head off. And he's just sitting back there
throwing dimes, dude.
So I love that he's kind of putting the fight against Father Time. And so I don't care. I love old athletes now. That's my thing. I love older athletes. All of them.
You love Brayton?
Reed, Brayton, like these guys who are still they're pushing that window deeper and deeper into their age.
They're
And I
making
think
us
that's
all
super
realize,
cool.
Joe, that we have more potential than we are. Us three, for
Well,
sure, collectively
it's
are
the-
using right now.
Yeah,
We could be better, look.
we could all be better. It's the evolution, and I think it's cool that we're evolving into just being more superior humans later in life.
But you got the Chiefs because Mahomes is a psychopath freak.
dude. That team's
If they win, though, do you feel that this is the passing of the torch? Here you go, young man. This is if Mahomes wins tonight against Tom.
It's already been passed.
It already has, but this would be the official passing. The
sure.
hug after the game. It would be that the photo, regardless.
Yeah.
The photo after the game of Mahomes and Brady will be cool for a couple reasons.
Yeah.
However, which way it goes.
And it's cool. They're both respectful guys. They both got good head on their shoulders and whatnot. And I think Mahomes is probably going to win more rings than Brady. So he's probably going to end up being the GOAT. So
he's young. He's 25.
25. And he's already got one. I mean, he's probably going to get two today. So he's already a third of the way to Brady, and he's 25.
And he's 18 years younger.
And if he can play till he's 43, or by the time he's that age, 46, 45.
with advances
The
in
guy's gonna get 10
what's that
fucking
movie?
rings.
With advancements in new medicines, I could live to
Yeah.
120, 130. What is that from?
Yeah, dude.
That's from Talladega Nights.
That's right. So yeah, with the advancements in technology, he could get to his 60s. He could technically win 20 Super Bowl rings.
Dude, microdose mushrooms. Start now.
Snort HGH. You're
Yes.
good.
Snort it.
Yes.
That's the new way, huh, Joe? All right, let's take a break. Let's come back. Talk to you, Fadigas. I need to know what Nick thinks of young Jetson Lawrence. Let's take a break.
Main Event Moto.
All-American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Motoheads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front-end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's All-American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Racetech hard parts with Mika Metals chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Racetech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Racetech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Racetech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Racetech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Bat Bros, are you ready for a summer of Sac Raceway? I just got the schedule. Evan's fired up. He says he's training, which is a lie, but he's ready. He's doing Sac Raceway Friday nights on his 85. He is ready to go, and I also want to know if you're ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Dude, I can't wait. How's he adjusting that 85?
Oh, he's been crashing his brains out
Ooh,
for about a
okay.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting better now though, because I told him to chill out. Actually, I had to chill out. I've backed completely off. I just let him do it for fun, like no pressure at all.
Oh, that's cool.
Because honestly, he's gonna go as fast as he wants, and if he crashes, I don't want it to be on me. I really don't. I want it to be on him for his own level of effort, not me. Put it this way: went to the AZ Open, and I was like, dude, you have to jump the doubles in the front. I don't know. I said, do it, and he weeded up on it. I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'm not pushing anymore. You do your thing, and I'll just make sure your elbows are up and your chain is lubed, and we're good.
So what's the latest evaluation on him? I mean, how's he comparing to his peers, other guys up in NorCal?
It's hard to really tell because he's been on 85 now for a long time, and he's still super young in his class or whatever. So he is AMA 10 in the 10 to 12 class. So he's last year he was 9 in the 10 to 12. So there is no really comparison. But if you want to talk about if I was to purely evaluate him against his actual age group, he's way off.
Gotcha.
There is some shredders that are. Okay. I mean, they're all in though. I mean, Evan's ridden like 3 times this year.
Funny
so it's
how,
like we're not really doing it much.
It's so funny though how things could change. How many guys did you race against with in 85s that were shredding?
A lot.
Who never even went pro?
A lot.
I know. That's weird.
And ones that were unbelievably badass all the way to pro, and then maybe did a 1 year and were out. So it doesn't matter. That, and I've said that before. You know that it doesn't really matter until they're teenagers, because that's when all of a sudden things.
Does he want to go pro? Has he like talked about it?
Well, yeah, but he also wants to work at Lego. He wants to design video games. He wants to do a lot of things. He wants to be an army man. That's back in. He wants to be an army man now again. So
hell yeah, that's good.
He wants to. He wants a lot of things. And that's why I'm right now just having fun with him. But Sac Raceway, it is on, nice. and I might have to rev it up there because it is a safer track. So I might bring the daddy heat.
No,
I might. Last time we went, we had a pretty big group come out, and he was pretty bad, and I was pretty upset. So we're coming back for revenge.
Anyways, by daddy heat, you mean like spanking him and stuff? After?
Like whooping him. And stuff.
That's happening.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on.
Is he a contender there? I mean,
I mean, he'll do good there. He'll be battling with in the open class. He'll be top 3 or 4.
Okay, cool.
So no, he'll be good. And then his little buddy Talon Staggs. That's who he's with right now.
Is he shredder?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
sick.
And they don't do it full in all the way. He doesn't do all the amateur nationals, so he's not at that age where he's all in. But that kid's got filthy talent, sick kid. He'll be out there all the time, shredding, winning everything. So
nice, man.
No, it'll be fun. All right, let's talk about young Jett Lawrence. Actually, first let's talk about Colt Nichols, because Nick, you know Colt Nichols. Dude, what year were we back there? Was it 12 when we were there the longest at Kennard's house? 12.
We were staying with
we were the Cookie Monster. It was in 12.
We went there in 9 and then 13 or 12. I can't remember.
It was 12 because it was the last year I raced before your walk. It was when I was on the Suzuki 450. Remember when Bogle was like a rookie and I was getting in his way and he was like getting all mad at me? He was like a 16-year-old rookie, Joe, and I'm out there in my 450 and I'm like getting in his way and he's like pissed about it. I'm like, yo, bro, calm down, kid. Now me and Bogle are tight, but dude, he was
he had some spunk. Dude.
He was not nice back then as a young Bogle.
Yeah, he that's funny you say that, because he had, it's like the first time he was like a factory ride. Was he on Geico then?
Yeah,
he was. Yeah,
this Squid 450 dude out
crew.
there.
Yeah,
get out of the way. Yeah. But Colt was there. Remember, he was on a Cowie 450 number 590 something. And he was sick though. Remember, and we were like, why isn't this dude?
Well, yeah,
what's this dude's deal?
He was just riding the outdoor track, and everyone else was riding Supercross. So I didn't really have anything to compare it to. But he was what, like 13 or something?
I don't know what he was.
He was young, and I remember Greg. It was funny because I had a family friend. I just tweeted about this the other day. I had a family friend who I was getting autographs for in some Racer X mags, and I got Kennard and some other guys there, and then Bogle signed. And then Colt was there, and I kind of felt bad because there was like the other rider, and we were all around.
Hey, buddy!
Not you.
I'm like, I was like, hey, Colt, I want you to sign too, and everyone had a picture in Racer X to sign, and Colt had to sign on like some like just
the barcode,
the barcode,
just so it could be
just
seen.
A random page of like, I don't know, Renthal bars thing or something weird, and I remember feeling bad, and I was like, don't worry, man, you'll be there. You'll be there someday.
Hey, little buddy, you'll be there someday.
But
what do you think now? He's sick.
He's so sick. I'm a big fan of Colt, dude. First of all, he's always super, super nice. I don't know, you have more time with him, but the little time that I ever had, he was just like the nicest kid ever.
Yeah, respectful.
And just, like, worked hard, respectful. Yeah. So big fan.
So you like seeing
him?
He
said what's up to me at an arena cross when, like, you know how sometimes you get cool guide or people only want to hang out with people who have a lot of followers on Twitter, those kind of people. But Colt was just super humble. What's up, man? Yeah, I remember you. You know, so
yeah, he's
that's
a good dude. He's a good interview too. I've really liked his interviews.
He's not only is he a good interview, and I know Vince's been harping on this, but the dude's got some quality skin.
He's a high level looking mofo, huh, Joe? Vincent is
a neatly trimmed beard. Vincent
can't get over it. Vincent feels about Colt Joe, how Ashley feels about RJ. It's like that. It's borderline like there's a problem.
Yeah, the dude's he's got it together, man. He's got some good genetics.
What about the earring, though? Is you guys okay with the upside down cross?
He's young.
Who is it? Is it Elton John or Billy Joel? Like who does everyone keep comparing him to online?
I don't know.
He's got the earring thing. I don't know.
He's got a little Bogle influence, right?
Oh, him and Bogle are buddies. They're buddies. They come from the same
cut of thread.
Yeah, they come from the same. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with it.
All right, on to the Jetson.
Oh,
what do you think, Nick?
Dude,
about the kid? Do you love the kid?
Well, here's the thing. I love anybody who comes in at, what is he, 17?
Yep.
I love anyone who can come in at 16 or 17 and look as good as Jetson looks right now.
It's good, huh?
Because to me, in my lifetime, some of you older people out there may be different, but to me, it's the Stewart persona. I'm always looking for the next Stewart. Who's going to be the next 16-year-old?
Who's got the it factor?
Who comes in with big balls and just goes. And right now, it's Jett. Right?
And you're okay with the fact that it's messy, right? It's messy a little bit. He's doing some messy stuff, but messy, you're okay with it.
But he has character coming out of his ears. The guy is freaking, he's charismatic. He doesn't care. He just talks about whatever he wants. He says what he wants to say.
Did you hear what he called Shimoda on the podium last night? He called him sushi on the podium.
So good.
Joe, good ride for sushi. Like,
it's great.
So are you kidding? No matter what he does, and no matter what he says, it's good. Whether he's being funny, whether he's being sad. Like Maggie, the other night when he was all banged up and like crying, Maggie was like, I love him so much. Like he is, everybody likes him.
Wait. Can you say that again? Did you say Maggie was crying and she said she loves
No,
him?
when Jett was crying. No.
Okay.
No. Did you hear that too, Joe?
No,
or
that'd be hilarious.
Is that just Nick's?
I was halfway watching this.
No, Jett was like against the wall, like all upset, hurting, crying, and Maggie was just like, what? Literally texting me like, is he okay? And I'm like, yeah, he's fine. Like, what's your problem? But
dude,
he's
love
rad.
the kid.
Now, I will tell you right now, getting a little pushback though. I got some people. I've gotten some DMs of people saying, "Oh, so you don't interview fourth place unless it's Jett Lawrence?
Oh,
That's
God.
BS." And I'll let you take it, Nick. Do you have a problem with interviewing Jett Lawrence when he gets a fourth, and for a meaningful reason in this battle and in this fight? Do you have a problem with it?
No, if I'm running Supercross and trying to make it successful, and I get a guy with as big a personality and as much potential and as young of a kid as Jett, build that brand. Start now. Get that brand. Get his face on camera as much as he can. If he's in a fourth, every time he's in a fourth, interview him.
I agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying if like Moseman gets a fourth, no offense, but let that one slide. But Jetson, dude, you got to capture this guy.
What if Vince gets a fourth? We got to hear from him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That should be the new standard. Fourth place interviews if you are a character that is good for Supercross. Good or bad.
What do we should interview Vince every week, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like 17th?
Well, you got to draw the line
Bondo will be
somewhere.
in my ear. Daniel, get Vince before he goes up the tunnel. 17th. Bondo, he got 17th. Get him.
I feel like you should get him if he takes someone out and he's like,
Oh, he won't
going
stay.
back to the pits.
I think he's jamming out of there.
Oh, man, you guys need to talk to him and be like, hey, dude, we'll kick you some extra cash if you stay around.
I think right now is a golden marketing opportunity with Vince. I just don't know what to do yet, but
The iron is hot.
yeah, I got to get on that, right, Joe? We got to do something. We got to figure out something.
Yeah, I wish you could almost not let any riders into the tunnel until you've decided who you want on television. Because last night would have been perfect to have Freese on TV.
I agree.
But like, what was going through your mind when that happened, or what led up to that? You know, whatever you're going to ask him. I would have loved to have seen that.
I would have loved to have heard from him.
Yeah.
Or Barsha.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, when they interviewed Jett in fourth, my thought is, look, we all want to grow the sport. We want to break out of this bubble we're in because we are in a bubble. This sport is in its own bubble. The bubble can blow up and go down, go up and go down, but we're in a bubble, right? He transcends the bubble. So I want him on anytime. If he goes and gets eighth and putts around and rides, whatever. But anytime there's relevance, like this battle with Colt, which was awesome to watch. That was so fun. You got to hear from him, man. And he was hurt on Tuesday. It's not even him.
That's the reason right there. You just saw it, the brake check on Colt. That's the reason you want to hear from him. The fourth wasn't just your average fourth place. It was a battle that ended up
with the points
the fight
leader.
that ended up in fourth place.
Well, and here's another point. Who else got interviewed last night after the 450 main who got fourth? Malcolm.
Mookie.
You know why? Because Mookie is cool, and he's got a personality. Any chance you can get him on the mic, you get him on the mic. He's cool. So y'all can't get mad because your favorite rider who got fourth didn't get interviewed. We gotta interview the personalities that can help transcend out of the bubble.
I agree 100%. Mookie, the last time was a perfect example. Jett in fourth, Mookie in fourth.
Perfect guys to get
Make
in
time
there,
to interview
sneak
them.
in for 30 minutes. It
You
barely,
have to.
or 30 seconds. It barely happened though, guys. Mookie's barely happened. Do you want to take a guess on why?
Why?
Joe, you're laughing because I think you know why.
I do. Yeah. I do know
Why did Malcolm's interview almost not happen?
He almost ran out of time.
Why?
The broadcast was going long
Why?
because there's a lot of talking beforehand.
With who?
The guy who got third,
Who got third?
I see.
one of
where
Vince,
this
one
is
of Vincent
going.
Blair's favorite riders.
Bondo's in my ear. He goes, Daniel, Mookie, get him ready. This is going to be tight, though. This is going to be tight. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, like how much time do we have? And I look up on the podium like, oh, yeah, Marvin got third. Oh, boy. Like this might not happen. And I'm watching Malcolm stand there, and he's like ready to go. He's pretty pumped. He's ready. And I'm thinking, we are going to run out of time. And he's going to be so bent because I made him stay back. He waited and waited and waited. I'm like, and I'm looking at the podium, and I'm almost wanting to tell Will, like, just go grab the microphone and yank it. Just grab it and pull it. We got to get to Malcolm, and we just barely, Joe, just got it in.
Do you format your questions for him differently to try to squeeze out a smaller answer?
With Marvin?
Yeah.
Well, I don't do the 450s anymore, so I'm good.
Oh,
and
okay,
I haven't had much Faulkner this year, so it's been. But I got Justin Cooper coming on the West, so those ones run a little deep too.
Cooper
right, Joe?
and Faulkner are both ramblers.
Cooper's not really a rambler. He just tells you a lot of things. Faulkner rambles. And Marvin tells you his whole life story. Literally, he was like, and on the opening lap, and then I literally pressed the talk back to Bondo, and I was like, and then on lap 2, and I'm like, because it's like, he will tell you everything. And then this morning, I had oatmeal. It's like, you can't, Nick, you can't steer that one tight. It's not even possible.
Not
It's just,
impossible.
all you got to do is say, Marv, say what you want to say.
Be
Just
like,
go.
Marv, yes or no? Did you enjoy that win? Yes or no? Yes.
Well,
You kind of asked a weird one to Colt last night too.
what did I say?
It's just like you didn't ask a question. You were just like, "Hey, blah blah blah." You
What
came
did I
back,
say to Colt?
Good job, and then you put the mic in his face.
What did I say?
There was
to
no
Colt?
question, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and then he just had to expand.
Or was it Craig's? Because Craig's, I was like, you've had a weird day.
no,
I
it was
kinda-
Colts.
Colts?
It was definitely Colts. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, rewatch it. I can't remember what it was,
right.
but you never asked him a question. You just kind of like said, "Hey, you got back, and it was a big night. Blah blah blah. Good job." And then you gave the mic.
Did you like my question to Jett when he won? Did the big dog eat? Did you like that question?
Was that last week?
That was a couple
No,
weeks ago.
when he won Houston too.
Oh,
And I got him to bark
Is
on the podium.
Is that a thing with him, or did you just say that?
Yeah, because in the heat race, he's like, I'm gonna get out there in the main, let the big dog eat.
Okay.
So then when he won, I said, Jett, I just got one question: did the big dog eat? And he's like, oh, this dog. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's right.
got him to bark
That's
on
right.
television.
He barked.
There's so many different ways you could go with your questioning, but I got the 17-year-old to bark on TV.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get the corporate pressure and start clamming up.
I hope not either, but they're loving him. So I think
let him go.
Let him go. Let him
go.
unleash. He called Joe Shimoda sushi on the podium last night.
That's awesome.
I love that, and I'm sure there's some people out there because we live in a very offended world. Some people are like, why would he say? Those two are buddies. They're like best buddies. They're messing with each other all the time. In press conferences, they're like both laughing, and you don't know why, and they're texting each other like bad things. And Jett is always the
What kind of bad things?
I don't know, but he's always he's the provoker. Always, like obviously, Jett is all the time. I mean, Joe, you've seen enough of Joe to know that he's probably not the one provoking their deals. But I do want to pivot to him real quick. I like him a lot too. He's 18 years old. He's getting better. His English has gotten a lot better. Like,
what's up with that, dude? He's like really good English.
dude? I'm telling you, a year ago it was not good. A year ago,
Really? So what is that? Is he like go to classes or
I
something?
don't know. I mean,
Rosetta Stone.
Pretty impressive.
Rosetta Stone, maybe.
I'm
don't
wondering,
know.
like, do Japanese people adjust better to the English language than French?
Well, it's funny you say that.
They're smarter.
There it is. That's it. Vincent has got a real big problem with that right now. Vincent said that he finds it ridiculous that Joe in 1 year could go from almost no English to you barely even, you could barely tell. Like he's putting together decent sentences. And he said, Dylan and Marv have been here for years, and he thinks it's getting worse. And he has a problem. Vincent has a major problem with that.
Worse.
I didn't think so.
Dude, remember the first year Marv was in the 250s? And he would say on every podium speech, my mechanic say everything to say it was awesome. Yeah. So race was awesome.
Awesome. That's
all he would say.
Marv's fine. Dylan, I don't think takes it as serious. Definitely not as serious as Joe has. I think he's pretty cool with where he's at with his English, and it's fine. And I think it's fine. I think Dylan sounds cool when he talks. I think he's fine. But Vincent's got a problem with it. Vincent's got a problem with a lot of things right now, though. He's got a problem. We're watching Christian Krieger now. Vincent's got a big problem with Christian Krieger.
I do too, dude.
You do too?
Yes.
Joe, what is wrong with me? Why am I sympathetic to him? I'm super sympathetic to Christian.
I don't know.
Because Vincent went off on him last night and just couldn't stand that he won. Like, couldn't stand it. And I think it's the light on the bike, I don't know. And I've had some people say that they're kind of like the Kardashians of the sport. They're a little bit, they're promotional and whatever. So some people are getting rubbed wrong with that.
Blah, blah, blah.
But Joe, I don't know. I'm sympathetic to the guy. I think he's a nice dude, and I can't hate on him. But Nick, what's the deal?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I never had a problem with him. But when you were on Pulp and he called in and he was like
and he called me out a little
bitter about you saying you didn't think he was going to do good on Yamaha, even though he was wrong. But it's like, even if you did say that, dude, come on. Well, you have to guilt every media person who said one negative thing about you, or maybe they thought you were going to have a rough year. Dude, Jesus, just be okay with the media being the media. That's what I hate, because riders like that are the ones that force the media
to be sissies,
kissing everyone's ass, and then you don't, as a fan, you don't get the best. You don't get good content, because every media guy only writes good things.
So you don't
they say one bad thing about him and they're cut off.
So you don't like when a rider makes a big deal over a pretty soft media. I think this sport has got the softest media ever.
That's why. It's because the riders,
they're afraid to make the riders upset.
They'll ban you. They won't talk to you anymore if you say something that hurts their feelings.
When in any other sport, it would be way gnarlier than,
dude, I see it all the time, man. In this sport, even with Pulp and stuff, it's just some riders they're a little bit more sensitive, and you got to be very delicate with them.
Right. So that's what your issue is with him. Joe, I've never even thought, we've always joked around with Christian about, he's Jagger's dad and, kind of that promotional side that he is, which they're doing their thing, which I'm cool with, but I've never really heard your thoughts on him. You cool with him? Are you in the middle? Are you sour? Because Vincent is super sour, and Nick, you sound like you're more in the middle.
I thought that you went on the Pulp thing when he said that. It sounded like, correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't heard it, but what I heard people explain it as that you inspired him because of the little couple negative things you said, which, to your credit, I know you'll say this, you actually predicted he would have a win and all that shit as well.
I predicted he'd win the title last August.
Did he say that was kind of an inspiration for him to it fired him up?
He said it awkwardly.
Yeah, he said it
because if that's the case, all you needed to say was you're welcome.
Yeah, okay.
No, he was like, someone on this said something about me. I listened to your show, said something, and then it was just awkward. And then he pushed Daniel into a corner, and Daniel was like, what do you,
Well, to be fair, dude, I don't remember everything I've ever said about people, so I probably have
hundreds of hours.
Yeah, I've probably said
both. You've probably one episode said he's going to win, and then the next said he was going to do terrible.
Probably the same sentence. Yeah, the same show. But, then how about this guy Schlosser? Tell me his helmet, he don't look like a chicken. He looks like a chicken with the white helmet and the yellow visor. I can't get off it, dude. It took me 3 races to figure out what was going on with this dude's helmet and what it reminded me of.
Just all white?
It's all white with a yellow visor. Where is he at? Oh, you're back a little far. But watch.
That's funny.
For 3 races, I'm like, dude, I can't figure out what his head looks like. And then I figured out he looks like a baby chicken.
Hey, that's another thing. Is this one of the weakest lights lineups we've had in a long time?
I don't want to be disrespectful.
I was watching the race last night. From 3rd place on, I didn't know anyone.
I don't want to be disrespectful. And it's not fair, but for the riders that are out there, don't take this the wrong way, because I got to be blunt and honest. But yes, it is the lightest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember anything lighter than this. It's, and of course you had injuries. You lost 4 or 5 or 6 of them.
Sure.
Mosman, Vole, and Hampshire, Faulkner, Pettis, Lopes. Like you lost a lot. Even John Short now is out. Like you lost a lot. So yeah, a lot of guys moved up. But I don't want to be disrespectful because I know what it's like to be a privateer, and I see these guys come off the LCQ, make the main. They're so happy. Or last night, who was it? Hunter Sales. I see him, and I don't know if it's his girlfriend or the girl that's with him. They're so happy. So I'm like pumped for them as individuals. But if I'm being real, yes, this is the weakest I've ever seen the 250 class ever. And I don't think that's rude of me to say. It's the truth.
No, yeah.
This has the most room for growth opportunities, you could say.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because these
Oh, yeah.
guys you don't know, if they can get in there and mix it up, they can make a name.
Problem is that the leaders are lapping to 5th. And that's...
So basically that tells you from 5th place and on are lappers. I mean, they're not that good.
They lapped to 12th twice a couple races ago.
Oh,
That's
shit.
insane.
That's crazy.
That is insane. But yeah, it is bad. Craig, older, Shimoda. You like Shimoda though?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Joe, you like sushi?
For sure, yeah.
I think he's awesome. I think he's getting better. He's getting faster. Even in the heat race when he kind of broke loose and crashed. I think it might have been the first time he ever fell in his life.
That was cool though. He was pushing it.
He was going for it. Got 2 in the whoops and then wasn't done. Like I like him, and he's 18. He's young too. Like
sick.
He is, and he's solid. He's smart and tactical. So I thought I'm super stoked on him. Joe, shall we? I guess let's do uppers and downers. Let's do it.
Uppers and downers brought to you by EMT Racing.
EMT Racing, killing it on the reg. I'll go upper first just because I'm super up on this. It's not moto related, but got an email forwarded to me last night right before the 450 main. So, I hate to admit, but during commercials, I look at my phone a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I get an email forwarded to me from my wife who told me that we are no longer on the waiting list for our dog. We're getting a puppy next weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, a mini Aussie. And right now his name is Player. That's what they named him. That name is going out in the garbage can immediately. And I just found out this morning that the dog's name is Frank. That's what my kids named him. So Frank, the mini Aussie, will be entering the Blair house next weekend. And apparently...
Sick name.
Yeah, Frank, dude. He's Frank the Tank. And apparently they said he responds very well to treats. So he'll fit right in.
As do I.
The Blair family, as does Nick. And I got some video and photos of him. In fact... Let me do this right now, Nick.
Dude, that's cool, man.
Look at our little guy. Look at Frank.
Oh, you're going like pup.
Oh, he's just released to go to a house. Like he's ready to go. We're starting from
Have you
scratch.
ever had a dog?
When I was a kid, I had dogs, but they were my parent. Like I've never had a dog. Maggie's never had a. Like we
You've
as a
always
family.
been a cat guy.
Oh, our cats are screwed when Frank gets home, dude. And
they're gonna be terrified.
Good, and they've been acting up. And it's time to be put in check, and Frank's going to do it. So, that's my upper. Nick, what's your upper? We'll go uppers before we get to downers, because my downer, I need parenting advice on my downer.
So we got to expand on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So my upper is more broad, overlooking the season, since I'm my first time on here this season. How old was Reed? Remember when he got that win in Anaheim on a Cowie? Do you know how old? Do you remember how old he was?
Ooh, on Team 2-2?
Yeah.
I don't remember the year, but
okay. Well,
let's just say
basically
5-6 years ago.
Okay, so basically what I'm
30s?
getting at is your guy Brayton is underrated, dude.
He's so...
Speaking of the Brady effect on getting old, the dude just got a podium
like 2 weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure he's older than Reed when Reed got his last podium, right?
Oh, no.
Really?
He missed it by a month. Reed, 2 years ago on JGR at a Triple Crown, got a podium. So Brayton...
Triple Crown.
I know, but in the record books, Brayton was 1 month shy.
Okay, well, let's just talk normal format podium.
Oh, yeah, a 20 plus 1?
Yeah, Brayton, oldest guy ever, maybe?
Yeah,
To get
oldest to ever get a podium in the traditional format.
Format. Dude, incredible. And
He's
the
sick,
guy
man.
is still flying. So that's my upper.
And you're not going to see it every night, right? This class is too gnarly to be there every night, but you're going to see
he's got to put it together
a couple times a year.
It.
Yeah, he's something special, man. Hey, so he won the LCQ, last night. And after he was leaving, I was like, "Hey, man, you all good?" He's like, I was in fear for my life. The first 2 laps, he's like, dude, I was afraid to go off the jumps because I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know.
Was he not in the lead off the start?
No, he came from like 6th.
Oh, yeah,
and he had to go
that's
through them. And
terrifying.
he said he was terrified for his
danger zone.
life. The danger zone.
Just Vince Freezies everywhere.
Just yeah, a whole gate of them. A whole gate of them. So he's your upper, just defying physics and logic and.
Yes, for the same topic we were talking about Brady, he's pushing that envelope a little further with his age, and that's awesome to me.
Hey, can I jump in on my downer first, Joe? Because I just found out Maggie and the kids are on their way here, and they're probably going to end up coming in here, and the downer's about Evan, and it's about something I haven't talked to him about yet, so can we do it?
Do it.
Can I intercept?
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, so here's the scenario. Evan's got a phone now, and it's meant for when he is not with us. Or like maybe Maggie has to run to the store real quick. We were letting him grow up a little bit right now. He's at that age, right? It's time to grow up. So he's got a phone. He's even got his own little voicemail. It's like really funny and cute, right? Well, last weekend I let him go with my buddy Bobby. He's got 2 kids that race, and I let Evan go with him for the whole weekend. And it was cool. It was a little growing up weekend. And, you know, he's starting to text his friends a little bit here and there, and it's super innocent. He texts me sometimes. It's super cute. Well, Maggie calls me like Monday and says, hey, we need to have a talk. She went through his phone. And he is starting to say some boy turning into young man type stuff.
Oh boy.
That he doesn't understand, but he's definitely throwing it around. And so are the friends. They're all doing it, right? Nick, you remember being 10, 11? This is when it gets a little like, you start learning things you don't understand, but you start using the terminology. Mm-hmm. And Maggie's freaking out. I'm like, well, what did he say? She starts reading it to me, and I'm like, oh, he's a boy. Like, and she's not cool with it. She's like, what? You're okay with that? I'm like, yeah, he's a boy. I'll talk to him about it. He's fine. She goes, well, there is one more text that we need to talk about. You know how you sometimes get like a spam text, like you're out of warranty, whatever, or an Apple or something, some kind of a spammy text. Well, he got one, and he responded to the spam with the middle finger emoji and the Russian flag. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. It was F the Russian flag back to a spammer.
What was the spam? Do you know?
I don't know yet.
Because that plays a role.
I haven't seen it yet, but it was one of those like 61744
Maybe
numbers.
it was like a Russian company. He went deep on it.
Well, this is what I don't understand. Maggie didn't know what flag it was. She had to look it up to figure out that it was the Russian flag. And I'm not concerned with the middle finger emoji because he knows, he knows. And I'm going to talk to him about that. But why the Russian flag? Like, why did he choose that? You know, the emojis, there's like 300 of them. Why did he choose that one? How did he even know?
Yeah, that's going right to Putin.
So parental advice is I'm having to talk with him tonight about just texting in general. Like, I haven't spoken to him about it yet. I've been waiting to get home. We're going to go over some things, but dude, what do I do about this Russian flag stuff? That's just odd to me. Like, I don't even know where he would have got that from.
I know. I wonder if that's like a little thing with him and his friends do, like the Russian flag is something.
So you're thinking maybe it came from a friend first?
Do you think he knows that it's what flag it is?
I don't know. I don't know if he knows. If he knows, I'm even more concerned. Like, how did you know?
He's like, well, it's obvious, Dad.
Well, Dad, I mean,
Don't you know what's going on in global politics?
Yeah, Dad, you've been busy, but Putin is pushing it right now pretty hard. He's in the Ukraine. Anyways, so parental advice, guys. How do I handle my talk with my son, the Russian hater?
Well, it could have been maybe a typo. He put the flag there on accident and hit send before he knew what.
How would he act? You got to go so far deep into the emojis.
Maybe he was
riding
riding his bike and he was like texting with one hand, riding his bike with the other, and he was.
So you're giving him an out. You're saying.
I think if you're trying to be cool with him, you should maybe even give him the out. Say like, was this just a typo or what's going on here?
No, because I want to really know, and he'll. Oh yeah. I need to know.
Yeah. What it could possibly be with the flag? So the middle finger thing is just whatever. You're all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not all right with it, but I understand it.
I'd be all
I know
right
how to.
with it.
I'm gonna be all right. Like, he's not in trouble, but I'm gonna let him know. Like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like same as saying it. So. You're 10. You want to keep your phone. I mean, he's 10 years old, dude. He's flipping off spammers with the Russian flag.
What an incredible thing. I mean, like, I can't relate to that. Like, I wouldn't know at 10 years old, how to navigate the waters of texting.
Nick, do I have a nice convo, or do I just?
So the only reason
I whoop him and then explain later?
You're very curious, and you need to know about the Russian flag thing.
which means I got to come in light, though, right?
So you're just trying to figure out how to get the information out of him
before I decide what to do about it. I need to come in light.
Yeah, just say, hey, bud, Mom saw that you sent a funny text with the middle finger. You shouldn't be doing that. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal, but try not to do that. We're trying to, raise it right, blah, blah. Hey, by the way, what was that? What was that flag about? I was just
come in light?
A joke with your friends or something. Yeah, I'd come in light.
Okay.
Or you can play dumb and say like,
all butthurt and emotional. And
what if I said,
if you're looking at, I was going to say, if you're looking at the phone with him, you could be like, what flag is this? And let him school you.
Who is that?
On it, yeah.
What if he's like, it's China? Then it's like a real problem because
then he doesn't know his flags.
He doesn't know his flags, but he is bent about something. You know what I mean? So I don't. Right. Like, then I have two problems. I got two problems. Number one, he's dumb, and number two, like, what's your beef with China, Evan? Like, I don't know. Anyway, so
have you been talking to Joe lately, Evan?
Hey, you should do that though when they're here, so we could see it all.
I don't know, because he'll get embarrassed. Like, he'll get super embarrassed and red and probably cry if I brought it up in front of you guys. Like, it's
okay.
He's sensitive, dude. He doesn't like negative attention at all. Like,
he's a little Craig.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right, Joe, downer for you. Nick, downer for you. And I will be letting you all know how it goes. I'll put something up once me and Evan have to talk. But Joe, a downer?
My downer was that new Denzel movie, The Little Things. Man, did you guys see that? Yeah.
Denzel never fails.
I know. Well, he doesn't. He does great in the movie.
But it's just a dumb movie.
But the movie's it sucks. I was really disappointed. I was really looking forward to it. It had the guy Rami Malek from Mr. Robot in it. It was going to be really good. It had Jared Leto in it.
Wait. The dude from
Daniel loved that movie.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
He's a good actor. Was he good in the movie?
No, he wasn't. He was the worst thing in the movie.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Overacting, bad casting. He's a great actor, but he was not right for the role. Anyway.
That wasn't him, huh?
The trailer was so intriguing. I thought, oh, dude, like, I've been waiting for a good movie like this
Leto?
For a long time. And Leto doesn't even look like Leto. And he did a great job. Leto was super creepy, but the story kind of sucked. The editing kind of sucked. And then Rami Malek's acting is so over the top and shitty, it's distracting. And so I was really let down, man. Anyway, that's the downer.
Hey, have you seen by chance that new...
This is a Denzel cave, too, so that's saying a lot.
The new Tom Hanks movie?
The Western?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
No.
I haven't heard anything yet, but it looks good.
Downer for you, Nick.
My downer, back to Soupy, is Jason Anderson. I don't know what's going on with him. The results haven't been great. He doesn't seem really too upset about it. Maybe he's just kind of, settling into just the top 10 guy and just having fun. What's the vibe with him, Daniel?
We don't get to talk to the guys. I'm not out in the pits. I haven't been to the pits once this year because we're not allowed to really cross paths with him, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know. I did interview him before the first round. I helped Bondo with some of the production stuff. So the vibe was good. I felt like good going into the first qualifier. I don't know. And then since then, it's just non-factor at all.
He's a past champion. So, if people are saying like, he's got to be up there. He's got to win races, blah, blah, blah. He's clearly underperforming in that aspect. So I just don't know if he's like, is he angry right now at his results? Is he pissed? Is he like, I got to win a championship again? Or
I don't
get
know.
I don't get the feeling he's there. I just get the feeling he's just like, yeah, it was a pretty good night, just cruising, whatever, hanging with the boys.
There is no vibe because he doesn't talk to anybody. So it's like hard to really feel like, is he stoked or mad? He for all I know, he could be so furious right now, or he could be like not even caring. I have no idea.
Well, either way, that's my downer. I was hopeful that he could get a second championship. A little bit of an asterisk from some people on his first. I thought it would be cool to back it up when everyone's in. But don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Not happening. Yeah. All right, Joe. Well, that is uppers and down. Did you say what you were up on?
No, we passed his upper.
Oh,
well, because he had 11 last week.
Yeah, I did have a lot last week. My upper this week was just that battle between Colt and Jett. That was so fun.
I thought it was cool.
So fun to watch.
Did you like the fact?
And just the way he came back from last place after that gnarly crash where he could have easily DNF'd.
I talked to him this morning about it. He said, he's like, I'm just happy I wasn't hurt and my bike wasn't broke. Like he could have broke something on the bike and got that was a bad crash.
It looked gnarly. And then for him to charge back and then to battle it out with Jett and then, of course, get on the podium. I mean, an incredible ride.
You know what he told me today? Because I said, hey, man, I think that's cool that you were, respectful with Jett. Like, I
that was almost a downer of mine was how much patty cake he was playing.
Well, that's okay. There's two ways to look at that too. Nick, he was very nice to everybody coming through and kind of got a little punked by Jett and even Oldenburg. Like he was being very gentle. Like he didn't want to like do anything. Almost like he was being too nice.
Yeah,
on his way through.
That's a great point, and that's like a little bit of a worry of mine about Colt becoming an elite 450 guy. Is how respect works in the 450 class? It's way more than in the 250s. The biggest names and all that.
Yep.
And sometimes you kind of have to be a little bit of a punk coming in there if you want to like push them out of the way and get yourself up there. And I don't know that Colt has that all the way. He's just so nice,
Yeah.
So
he was a little frisky with Craig in his heat race though, which was I was surprised. Were you kind of surprised? You went in there and gave him some.
I'd like to see more of that. Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Yeah. He doesn't do it enough. But he did tell me, I said, hey, it was cool that you and Jett, respectful talking after. He's like, yeah, I like that kid. I really like him. But Colt said, one more brake check, and I was going to probably have to hit him pretty hard. Like he said, he was definitely running out of patience. And then afterwards, he walked up, shook his hand. They were buddies talking about it because it was a good battle. But he said, one more brake check, and it might not have been as a nice ending.
Well, yeah, but then you expect it, right?
Well, yeah. Then
if Jett tracks him twice, he's got to know he's getting hit.
Then it's like it's deserved. Then it's like, okay, we all love the kid.
And you can't be mad. Jett can't be mad either at that
if you're
point.
doing that to him. And but it was pretty good battle, Joe. It was Jett wicked it up when Colt got to him. Did you notice that too?
Oh, yeah.
He turned it way.
Sure.
I like this guy.
That's why I love Jett too. And it looked honestly, I don't want to, blow him too hard, but like he was having fun playing with Colt. Honestly, it looked like Jett was kind of like, yeah, I'm playing with this guy. Like,
yeah, like I'm not
like for the crowd almost.
Yeah,
for the
and his
fans.
moves were good. Jett
for sure.
He's got some racecraft for a pup. Man, he was doing some good. His out to in got him back. Like it was good.
Well, what's good on that brake check? If you saw, he starts looking over his right shoulder, right? Because he's checking to see is Colt gonna push by me and go outside. And he was ready. If Colt was going to push outside, he was going to get back on the gas, and he was going to go wide with him. So I think that's a move we don't see too often, where they actually look to see, is he sticking with me or is he pushing wide? And great racecraft.
Yeah, it was good. Joe, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got to do Pick'em, and then we'll blitz through it's more of a listener comments than a listener questions because we teed it up. We wanted to know everyone's opinion on number 40. And there's some good stuff in there. So let's take our final break. We'll come back. And we'll finish this baby up.
Main event moto.
Joe, when I think of Blenzall, I think of the smell because it's so good. But that's not fair because it's the quality of their products that really stands out. Go to Blenzall.com and take a look at the catalog. 2-stroke, 4-stroke, they got everything that you need for your motorcycle and it's top quality. I used to be in the oil industry. I know the difference between crappy oil and good oil. Blenzall.com has the best. Check them out. That's what the Motoheads run. Walk out in your garage, take a look at your bike. You know your graphics are roasted and you need a new set. That's why you go to Old Me Creations to freshen up. High quality, good looks. They are the choice of the Motoheads. That's why you need to put some Old Me Creations on your bike. Not everybody's like Toolman Dan and washes their bike more than they actually ride it. So your bike is probably hammered and it needs some Old Me Creations stat. Again, quality, style, they got you covered. That's why the Motoheads run Old Me Creations. Joe, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Screen printing done. We got to do their commercial, right?
Yes, we do.
Let's do a commercial/tease where we tease our new T-shirt coming out in March.
Ooh-wee.
But then also mention how Neil's the man and screenprintingdone.com is who does all of our stuff.
Right.
Isn't that kind of a good idea? Like a commercial/tease right there?
Yeah.
Well, Neil is the man. You go to screenprintingdone.com if you want to get something custom done like we do. And of course, when March hits, you get that Main Event Moto t-shirt done by Neil at screenprintingdone.com.
Yeah.
So can you turn this into the commercial?
I think we can.
What do you got to do it?
think we just did.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
I'm a little low on AMC right now.
Double.
What do you want? What do you got?
Doge.
What's Doge?
It's the new Bitcoin thingy.
Oh.
Bitcoin.
Joe, you doing good on the market?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Doge has been around for a while. That's just alt crypto.
Nick, you doing good overall on the market?
I haven't been too active. I just threw some money in this one, and it's doing really well right now. But
To the moon!
Yeah, I took out most of my money for house stuff.
Smart. For the man cave, for your light system?
Yeah, for everything.
Nice. Oh, Maggie is here. Is the gate open? Can she just come in?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell her. Gate and go in garage. All right, Joe, let's do let's have some fun with Evan too. Let's just kind of like provoke him and see if we can, I don't know, let's just not let him know what we know, but somehow see if we can provoke him when he gets in here. Anyways, let's do fantasy pick'em.
All American Chevy of Killeen brings you Main Event Moto's Fantasy Pick'em.
All American Chevy of Killeen. Thank you guys so much. All right, so here's the situation, guys. Fantasy Pick'em, Vincent and Andy Gregg went 3-0. Vincent went 3-0 in the last one. So Vincent is now in the lead. He's tied. It's producer Joe, Vincent, and Eric Nye at 7-5. Me, Andy Gregg, and Toolman Dan are at 6-6. And Nick, you are the dumbass bass at the moment.
Hell yeah.
Points leader, points loser.
Sweet.
5-7. You're right there though. All it takes is one good week, and you're no longer the dumbass bass. And this one will be fun though. All right, so Freesy taking someone out. Anybody throughout the day. Orlando. Does it happen? Joe?
Yes. I mean, the odds, you got to play the odds, and the odds say definitely.
Okay, so a big yes from Joe. Nick, what about you?
Yes, sir.
But then
Even
again,
after the heat,
but then again, he could be wanting to play it real cautious.
What are we talking about though? Like accidentally tipping a guy over barely?
any kind of contact that the rider goes down and he was involved and they touched.
Okay.
So you're in?
I'm in on that.
I'm gonna say no. I think he's gonna be on his own personal probation. I think he's gonna keep it clean for 1 week, and then Orlando too. I think it gets backed up, and then he gets 3 or 4 of them at Orlando too.
Yeah.
Okay, Anderson. Since you brought him up, Nick, top 8 at Orlando. An 8th is good as a yes. A 9th is a no.
I'm gonna say no.
Joe, top 8 for old hombre, our guy, like top 8.
I'm going to say no also.
Let's see. It's going to be probably hard pack. Ooh, maybe a little bit of rain. Rain's on the forecast. No. I'm going to say no also on that one. I think that's so possible, but God, it's just not been happening. I'm going to go no with you. Last one. We did the 250 class lapping into the top 10. We blew it on that. It was way worse. Let's go 7. Does the winner of the 250 main lap 7th? Yes or no?
So they lapped up to 5th on Tuesday.
I don't know.
How high did they get last night?
I don't know. I can look really, really quickly. But I'm going to say 7. 7's going to be the or do I adjust it based on what they just did and see if they could do it again? Because Craig was out front, kind of cruising. You got to imagine if Nichols would have been out front, probably would have been a little further up. Let's see here. Provisional results.
I mean, they got up to at least 10th.
They got ninth. 10th was the last one. So they lapped up to 10th. So it was 5 and then a 10. I'm gonna split it 7. Yes or no?
No, not to 7.
Nick?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why have the tracks been so fast this year? Is that premeditated?
I don't
are they
know.
not spending enough time on them? Not enough dirt? What's the deal?
I don't know. They're trying. It's just I don't know. Just
all right.
They need to get a few more seconds. But the faster the track is, the more laps they do, the more shots they have at it. And I don't know. Orlando's track this weekend is a replica of the last time they raced. Remember Stu and Ricky's battle on Ricky's very last race in 07 in Orlando?
Oh, yeah.
And then Ricky retired mid-season.
Yeah.
They're doing that track again. It's going to be a remake of that track, 2007.
So it's probably going to be fast.
Fast. A lot of laps.
So
hard pack, though.
I'm going to say yes then. I think it all depends on the lap times. And if it's fast laps, then they will.
Top 7. I'm thinking hard pack, which means bigger whoops that hold up, which means more problems for everybody outside the top 5. I'm going to go yes also. So free C, all you playing along, all you Motoheads. Free C, does he take someone down at all? Anderson top 8. And then lap 7th. All right. Joe, listener questions.
Scott USA and the Prospect Goggle. The goggle choice for those in contract with other brands.
The Batcave has a new member for a few minutes. Evan, welcome to the show.
Dad?
Missed you, buddy.
Yeah,
Been like 11 days since I've seen the fam.
Oh, yeah?
FaceTime does its part, but not good enough. But Evan, we're doing listener questions right now. But before we get to them, I just got to ask you, what do you think about Vince Freese last night?
I mean, there's not much to say except, what the are you doing?
What? What the what are you doing?
What
the
are
bleep?
you doing? Yep.
So you guys, I told you, we got a situation.
Yeah.
You got a little sassy attitude, huh?
About it.
Hey,
You
Evan.
mad about it?
Evan, I got a question, dude. When Dad leaves town, are you sad the whole time? Or like the first couple days, are you like, oh, thank God, like it's just we get a break from him for a little bit? Or what are you? How do you feel when Dad goes away?
I'm like sort of happy and sort of mad. I'm mad. I'm sort of happy because you get annoying a little bit.
I get annoying?
Sometimes. Every dad's annoying.
Oh, every dad's. Okay, it's
Every
fine
dad
then.
gets annoying in different ways.
All right.
So the first few days is kind of nice,
Not dead.
Yeah.
but then you start to miss him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start to miss the
Why don't you
awkwardness.
why don't you text me more often? Why don't you text me more?
On what?
I don't know. You're getting good at texting, right?
Getting good at what?
Right?
It's confusing.
I mean, it's just
Getting
becoming
good
part of
at
your
texting.
life. Is all I'm saying. Like texting is like you're like a
much
texter
do you
now,
text?
right?
Texting is how like everybody talks nowadays.
Pretty much. Like when you talk to your friends, when you become an adult, do you text your friends a lot?
No, not really, because they don't always respond that very, very fast.
Oh, okay.
So why don't you text me more then?
They leave you on red. That's
Because
that's
you
annoying.
don't text that fast.
Yeah.
Did I text you once,
true.
and then like 5 hours later, you're like, "Oh, hi, bub. Sorry."
Did it make you upset? Like you wanted to, I don't know, say
Yeah.
something mean to me or like?
No, I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh,
Evan,
okay.
when you text, do you ever use emojis?
No,
like-
that's Elena. Elena is like emoji
Oh, okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a psychopath.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys,
Wait, Elena?
Elena.
Text emojis?
Yeah. If
You guys
she ever
share
gets the
phones?
chance- if she ever gets the phone, she will text you a million emojis.
Like which ones?
That's funny.
Awkward ones.
Do you don't text emojis?
Not that much.
I only use emojis.
I know.
Because
I
it's
use
hard
a
to
lot
get to
of
the right
emojis.
one. It's hard to find the right one.
All right.
It is hard to find the right one.
It is hard
There's
to find
so
the
many
right
of
one.
them
There's
now.
so many of them to choose from.
There's millions.
There really are.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Joe, let's get into these listener questions, but starting to put some pieces together
A
here.
lot of pieces.
Yeah. I think I have to talk to my daughter.
3Monkey250F says at Daniel Blair, how was the day? Taking tickets, making food, filling popcorn machines, serving concessions, building the track, being a dig dug, doing race day live, holding the 30-second card, announcing, and doing Blair's breakdown at the end of the night. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I took your mom to dinner afterwards. Is that funny, Evan?
GFY.
If mom heard that, would she be bent? Oh, Maggie was bent last night. I interviewed that NHRA chick, Brittany Force, and Maggie's text to me within 30 seconds of that interview was something I will save forever.
Oh boy.
She used She used some emojis too. Seems to be the thing going on in this family. All right, next one.
JBMX34, Freeze is the red turtle shell from Mario Kart.
Is that true?
That is absolutely true.
He is, huh?
Actually, no, he's more of the green one.
No,
Just
he's the
boing, boing,
banana.
boing, boing, boing.
He's the banana.
Yes, he's the banana.
Or the fireball that just like moves. You know how it moves in a
Around
circle?
you,
Yeah.
yeah. If you get too close.
So he's a Mario Kart weapon. All of them.
That
You know why? Because I've seen him be a red shell. I've seen him be a green shell. I've seen him be a banana. He's just a Mario Kart
and
weapon.
sometimes I see him use a mushroom on the start, like last year.
Dude, Vince
does.
races
Yeah.
in a different world than everyone else. He's racing in Mario Kart.
He is.
Yes, he is. He's imagining everyone as Mario Kart. Like,
We need to make him. We need to like Photoshop him.
Hey, why don't you stop chewing and eating while you're talking? Okay? Why don't you
Fine,
put them
I'll
fries
drink
down?
them.
It's hard to put those fries down, though, bro. Those are good. Those are good fries.
for years
Oh,
to
come
come,
on.
my friend.
All right, next, yeah. This is a problem you'll be dealing with later, too, son. All right, next one.
Our Bissell 119, unrelated Vince Freese takeout question. Why is the Smart Top Honda team all 2020 models except for Freese, who is on a 2021?
Durability testing for Honda. I mean, right? He'd be the perfect guy to see what that bike can handle.
Yeah, throw an RPG at it and see what happens.
Dude. Or loop it out. Remember when he looped it that a couple races ago?
Yeah.
Just durability
Hey,
testing.
what is it? Ghost riding? What's all this ghost riding stuff? He's
I
just
don't
jumping off.
Yeah, he's just... Oh, that's right. I forgot. He's done it a couple times. He did it
2 times.
Almost killed A-Ray.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
TS Midi 162, does Mookie put it in the box in Orlando or sooner? He's putting together some impressive rides. Oh, sorry.
On the box?
Just put it on the box, sorry.
Evan, does Mookie put it in the box in Orlando?
I don't know what put in the box means.
Podium.
Oh, boy.
Surprised.
What?
You seem
Oh,
to,
yeah.
You seem to be
No,
pretty
I'm more
advanced. You seem to be pretty advanced with some things lately. I'm surprised you don't know. All right, next one.
Josh X Wright, why in the hell can we not gamble on Moto? Set it up like horse racing and NASCAR.
Should be doing some gambling, huh? Why don't we have gambling in this sport, Nick?
I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting.
Evan,
Maybe too small.
would you gamble if you were watching the races?
Too young.
There you go. It's too young. Next one, Joe.
Kurt Evans 4T had Gold Pass Peacock for 3 seasons now. When are they going to find something interesting to show during commercials? My suggestion, live camera in the pits and pick a different team each week. If not much is going on, we could still see the bikes.
What do you think about that? Do you go, Evan, when you watch, is there commercials or are you watching on the app where there's no commercials?
I forgot. I think there were commercials. Yeah.
Vincent's got a major problem with the no commercial thing. What do you think, Nick? What should they do in that little break where the tractor just sits there?
I think it's fine. I'd rather see that than commercials.
But do you like the countdown clock so you know, like, you got 4 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever to do what you got to do? Go.
Yeah,
to the
do they
bathroom
have that
quick?
now or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Countdown clock's
that's
on there,
perfect.
bro.
Yeah, that'd
No,
be
leave
so
it
that's
just like that.
so
I'm usually
cool.
watching dual screens, so then I can just watch whatever else I'm watching.
You're gaming at the same time?
That or, sports or something else.
You're an Uncle Vincent wannabe.
No, he does not want to be Uncle Vincent. Trust me.
Come on,
Yeah, I
gaming
don't
while
wanna
you're
get banned.
watching.
Yeah, Uncle Vincent got banned again from Call of Duty. Evan,
He's a hacker. He's a stinking hacker.
he's a hacker.
Does he cheat?
I think so.
I think he cheats.
I mean, I saw this app that I looked up one time, and it's a cheating app. So
And his
and I
name-
saw
his
it, and
name
I
was
saw
on there?
it on his.
You
computer.
looked up a cheating app, and
I saw the app on his computer. I'm like, that looks weird.
Oh, it was the game. It was the same app
Yeah.
that you found that was for cheating in games.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna cheat.
No, but I'm saying you were aware that there was an app
Yeah.
for cheating, and then you saw it on Uncle Vincent's computer, and you
Yeah.
put it together.
Joe,
Dang.
Evan called him out. Hey,
Good.
I can't hold back anymore. Evan, do you have a problem with Russian people?
Yes.
You do?
Straight up.
Do you?
Something. Just something about it.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you?
Something about it. Just something about the language. Like, honestly, it sounds like someone just going ba 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 ba. It sounds
Oh,
like
so
a
you
sheep.
have a language. So it's a language problem.
I think that's why Vince hates the French.
must be
too.
in the
I think
family.
It's the language.
Yeah.
Vince has problems
Yeah,
with language, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part Uncle Vincent. The farting, no.
Do you happen to know like what language they speak? You know, their currency, maybe what their flag might look like. Do you know any of that stuff?
I only know that their flag is all red with a few golden things on
Oh,
the
so
top
you
left.
do know that.
Top, yeah,
Oh.
top left.
How do you know that? I didn't even know the Russian flag.
Emojis. I do look at them, but I don't text them. It's a
You
worse-
don't text them?
Oh, boy.
Nope, but I do look.
Have you ever
nice.
text the Russian flag before?
No.
Oh, boy.
Well, Elena does a lot of emojis when
You've
she's
never
so fun.
texted the Russian flag before to anybody with an emoji.
We're witnessing a future spanking.
Yeah, you're playing with fire, son.
What? I'm confused right now. I am confused.
Well, I just want to get to the bottom of Vincent's cheating app on his computer.
Yeah, that's a.
All right, next
pretty
question.
good.
topic.
Next question,
My
Joe.
world.
Next question.
Good save, Nikki. JRod776. Any chance we can get I'm Vincent Blair to be Vince Freese's mental coach? We already got to the bottom of that.
Yeah, no, Freesy's too busy. He's helping Kenny right now, so no.
Makes sense.
Benjamin
Evan,
Fuller.
Evan, have you ever
used
the middle finger emoji and the Russian flag in the same text?
No.
Tell the truth. A lot of people listening.
No.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You're
I
not.
have once.
You have one.
Once.
Why? Why?
I thought it was the Chinese middle finger.
Oh, I knew it.
Wait, there's a Chinese middle finger? Is it the yellow one?
No, it's
Yellow.
the sideways one.
That's so bad, Joe. So you really? Why did you do that?
Misclick.
Because what?
A misclick.
Dude, I always misclick. It's
So
the
you
It's
worst.
just a
misclicked-
fact.
You should see
always
where it takes me.
misclick.
No, it's
So
dangerous.
You middle finger Russian flag somebody on a text. Why?
They're annoying.
They're annoying.
It was this stupid
I
phone
will agree with
service
that.
app.
Hey,
It doesn't
wait,
e- they
nothing
don't
wrong
even
with
say
that.
It was this phone service app on the Android.
And you're mad about it?
I mean, every time I kept on saying, "Hey, 10 days left until something happens."
Oh, so this was a repeating like spam text? Like they were?
Yes.
Those ones make me angry,
First
those
I-
texts.
I told them
Did it ma-
first, please stop texting.
Oh, you told them to stop?
Yeah.
You told the spammer to stop first, and they didn't.
so then you got a little more aggressive.
So then you stepped it up. Wow.
Hey, just like
Yeah.
you're trying to pass someone and they're being stubborn, you have to start to push it a little bit more.
So you flip them off, and
I'm
we're
not,
gonna talk about it later. We have a lot to talk about.
We'll
I
stop-
missed you, bub. We got a
Missed
lot
you
to talk
too.
about.
we're not talking about that anymore.
Evan.
Oh, we're talking about
Oh,
it.
no, we're not.
Oh, yeah, we are. All right,
no,
Joe,
we're not.
next one.
Benjamin Fuller says, DB, why are you so much funnier on Pulp? Do you enjoy Steve's company more than Joe's?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't need what.
I
yeah,
disagree. I think he's not funny at all in Pulp.
exactly.
I'm just
I don't even know how to answer that question. And no, I mean, Steve's cool, but I mean, I love Joe, so I don't know how you can top love. So, all right, next one.
Roger Gould ghost rode the whip into Brayton, then leaves his bike as landmines and kills A-Ray. Now Barsha Tomac. Who's next?
What's the deal? Why would it be Russians, Evan? Like, why not? Why? No, I'm dead serious. Like, why them? What's your problem with them?
There's this one video about Russians talking, and I think it just made it seem a little bit worse, and that just made me annoyed with them.
So you're annoyed
like a
with
YouTube
them.
video.
Yeah, I think it was a fake one though. Like they made it a bit more extreme language.
Were they making fun of the language, or was it just a Russian guy talking?
I don't know. I
You
think
just-
they like changed the audio and like made it extreme because it didn't. Cause I've heard Russians talk before somewhere. I don't know how.
Did you decide then and there that you're just not going to like Russians the rest of your life?
Yep.
Okay.
Can they make it
Atta
up to
boy.
you? Can it turn it? No, never mind. Joe's cool with it. All right, next one. We're gonna leave it alone for the rest of the show, but we are gonna talk about it, Evan.
Driss
The middle
Crawl
finger
says,
is like the same as saying it. It's the same as saying it.
I didn't mean to. I told you it was a misclick.
Oh, did you mean to thumb up? Was it
it the
thumbs up
same?
Russian flag?
Is it the same as saying it?
I don't even know what I was typing.
All right, Joe.
D-Riss Crawl says, sup lads, Daniel Blair and producer Joe make a highlight reel at the end of the season of all the Vince Freese this year. Put some of his sweet tunes on it. A big F yeah for Ken Roczen also.
Joe, a Freesy highlight reel
Oh man,
with
a
some of your
mega, a
music.
super reel.
Super real. Get on that, Joe.
We're on it.
All right, next one.
Bobby Steele, 830. Shout out to Bobby. Flashing light on his helmet the rest of the season.
Evan, do you think Vince Freese should have a flashing light so everyone knows it's him and they can be warned and be careful?
I think this is a great idea.
And
It
he
is a
should,
great idea.
and he should just wear like bright pink gear so everyone can notice him.
Bright pink gear and a flashing light and probably a 2-race suspension. That's probably,
Probably a
fair,
flag on
Nick.
his back. A flag. You gotta.
And
you
a
gotta
flag?
add a flag.
Okay.
Then everyone will know
A
that.
Russian flag.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Wow. Vince Freese in a Russian flag gear, riding gear,
Like Russian flag cape around his neck.
Yeah.
with an
Yeah.
emoji on it.
Heck, no. Stop with the emojis.
Next one.
Dio.
Dio.
Yeah, old school.
What up, Dio?
What's up, Dio? Would this crash with Barsha and Freese have been taken as badly if it was any other ride? Barsha hit Move Barsha up one position, and he hits Entignap's rear tire. Do people go mental over 7 deuce?
If he's up one position, he doesn't hit Entignap's rear tire.
So I don't think he meant one position. I think he just meant like one spot.
One guy.
There's a lapper.
If it was the next guy.
Yeah, the next guy.
And would everyone have been as mad? No, because people usually build up frustration off of like history, you know? It takes a history to really get someone fired
This
up.
is a reputational thing.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Do you look at this incident in a vacuum? It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional, and it wasn't. He didn't even, other than just not moving out of the way.
Yeah,
of the
but
blue,
the history is so egregious that it's not in a vacuum.
you can't, right?
Not at this point.
But if it was no fault of his at all, like 0%.
The majority of his history has probably been no fault of his. But at some point, you have to start wondering.
It's one of those things where, like,
Queen's Gambit.
look, if you've been to jail 6 times and then you do something wrong on the streets, but it wasn't really that bad, the 6 times in jail kind of makes a difference.
Or it's like
The
when
decision made.
you've had a life of crime, but then you get arrested for something that you didn't do.
Yeah, you kind of end up taking the hit because you lived a life of crime, which...
Russian
Is that
crime.
what Vince has done?
It's like when you've sent tons of texts with middle fingers and bad flags, but then you get in trouble for one you didn't send.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you
like your sister did it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you blame your sister
I
for
didn't
emojis
blame my
and then deny that you did it 4 times before you finally admit it. Yeah.
Vince is like the Russian mob. He's like Putin. He's Putin on a dirt bike.
All right, Joe, next one.
Last one
Last one.
comes from Uncle Vincent.
Oh, let's
Oh, no.
I'm Vincent Blair says hashtag ban the Moab.
Yeah, so I asked him. He says the Moab is mother of all bombs, which he says Vince is the mother of all bombs out there. And Vince, my brother Vincent, wants that Vince banned. Like, you know how he likes to ban
Oh, yeah.
listeners?
Yeah.
And
He
himself?
wants Vince
Speaking of
banned.
banned.
Yeah, and him getting banned.
Speaking of the person
So he thinks
who-
Vince is cheating.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
like he
getting
is.
banned for
So
himself getting
is
banned.
that what this is? Is he getting banned? Because he says it's language, Nick. He says he's been using bad language on there. That it's cheating, right? He's doing something.
Is he hacking?
What could he be doing?
We don't have enough time.
All right. We'll get into it next time he's on. But Joe, I think we're on to something
I think
with
we are.
Uncle Vincent. I
I
think
think
Uncle
we are.
Vincent's got something else going on. Oh, it's my language. Oh, okay, cheater. What?
Let me say, it's definitely not the language. He says that if once you kill someone, and it was the game Warzone, right? Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says every time after you kill someone, you can hear their reaction, and it's always terrible words like "oh, beep you." So like, I don't think it's his
Nick,
language.
you've heard him drop it pretty hard though on there, right?
I mean, you can get banned for bad language, and he said he played drunk one time and was saying some mean stuff. But
Yeah.
this last ban is
Suspect,
the one
huh?
that's a little sussy. Because he didn't do that. So I don't know.
It could have a cheating app.
All right.
Maybe that's why.
Good show, guys. Good to see you, Nick. Good to see you, Evan. I miss you, buddy. I'm
I miss you too.
still got things to work out when we get home. But Fly Racing, Mika Metals, Motosport.com, Scott USA, No Toil, Guts Racing. Thank you. Guts Racing, Evan, they do your seat covers.
Heck yeah.
EMT Racing, Blenzall, All-American Chevy of Colleen, Olmi Creations, and DRS Suspension with Racetech. Thank you guys so much. Joe, I missed you too, bro.
You too, buddy.
Next Sunday, though, I come home. I go to Orlando, I come home. But we're back on a little bit of a normal schedule for a minute. So we got Toolman Dan coming in, and then Coach Rob Beams is flying in for Orlando.
Nice.
So, yeah, we'll see Coach Rob. And Nick, it's good to see you. Let's
Yes, sir.
Let's all break from here and go watch Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Evan, you watch Super Bowl with me tonight?
Who you got?
What does that even mean?
Who's going to win, the Bucks or the Chiefs? Football.
They both have Russian players.
Yeah, but they're
Oh,
both
never mind. No.
they're both American
They're all gonna-
franchises.
They're both gonna get disqualified because they're Russians.
The Russians. All right. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Main event motor. Screw it. You know it by now.